What I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to kind of get into some aspects of Sanchin that you may not be aware of. I don't know if you know that a lot of the Okinawan Japanese karate, Sanchin is very relevant in 5 styles in Okinawa. Not just Uechi-Ryu, there's Goju-Ryu, Shon-Ryu, Shiten-Ryu, and Shito-Ryu. I think that's the pronunciation of it. So there's got to be something to said about Sanchin, isn't there? That 5 other styles actually use it. Now they may approach it a little differently, where Goju-Ryu would be a little bit slower and more of a breathing exercise, where Uechi-Ryu would be a little bit more of a flowing, realistic type. So there's something to say for all of that. That Sanchin is the basis of everything. Now when I look at Sanchin, when we get in that position to be test, basically it's almost like a tuning fork. So if you play baseball, what do you do before you start a game? You warm up, you throw, you hit the bat, right? Hockey players, they skate around, they shoot, right? Tennis players, they work on their serve. Well, Sanchin, that's what we use to warm up, to get our body ready to get into the kumites, the katas, and the bankais. And that's all we're doing. It's just like, think of it as a human tuning fork. So when you're standing there and you're being tested, you're basically, your body's kind of getting ready to do all that. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually get into a Sanchin position, and what your partner's gonna do, they're just gonna kind of go around and tap you. Now the whole purpose of Sanchin is have that dynamic tension, right? Where we're tucked under here, everything's rolled forward in the shoulders, the hands are up here, the body's nice and tight, right? And your stomach's pushed out and you're trying to breathe as naturally as possible as someone's hitting you. But when you're in a real confrontation, you can't really be that restricted, right? You gotta move. So what you're training your body to do is when you're in that static position, or when you're in that fighting position, you're gonna be actually tightening up and then loosening back up to move, okay? So, but just to kind of get our bodies tuned, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of have a partner tune us up, okay? So you're the mechanic, and one of you is gonna be the car, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. Let me see, can I borrow you for a second? We're getting the Sanchin. Stand right here. Get a good Sanchin. All right, so what he's gonna do here, he's just gonna stand there. And we're gonna be kind of going around like we would test him, okay? Then what we'll do is we'll add the movements of the actual kata, and we'll go around and we'll hit him as he's going through the kata to kind of throw him off balance. Because what we're trying to do is get him back into that solid Sanchin position. And this is what's so beautiful about Uechi-Ryu with the conditioning, is that we're building that body armor. We're training our body to take those hits. So that way there, we'll be able to withstand something and hopefully prevail in any situation. Now, if you train in martial arts and never got hit, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna be a shock to your system. You're gonna be going, what the heck is this? But if you're used to being hit, it's not going to be a big deal. You can deal with it. You can still function, and you're not going to be worried about what threats coming at you. So it's important to kind of remember that there's the importance of that Sanchin is to tune you up, get you ready for combat. What we're going to do here is when we start getting the right Sanchin, we're just going to kind of tap them a little bit, maybe kick them a little bit. Don't do it hard, just enough to shock the body. So all we're doing is it's like a tuna fork, like I said. You hit it, and it rings for a little bit, so that way you can get the right sound. Like if you were playing guitar, you hit it, and you tune it to that sound. That's what we're doing. All right, you just kind of hit him here. Now he'll go through the Sanchin. Go ahead. And all you have to do is just push. You don't have to hit him. As he's going through it. As he's moving. Do it as he's moving. Should be very light taps. You don't want to hit too hard. See how he's throwing him off a little bit? But what he's doing is he's focusing and trying to get back into that Sanchin. Okay? All right? Does everybody got that? So I want you to grab a partner, and the first thing I want you to do is I want you to stand in that Sanchin position and just let your partner tag you. And just kind of feel that tension as you're going through it to get that tightness, and then loosen up, and then kind of just tighten up again. All right? Let's try that. Grab a partner. So what'd you guys think? What'd you feel? Did it kind of help out a little bit? Maybe understand Sanchin just that little bit more? Because the longer you do this, the more you understand it. Okay? And usually black belt is when you really start feeling it, because now you have some basic proficiency, and now you can build on that. So if you do it, you know, decade after decade, you're going to be pretty much in tune to your style.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe to LiveDanD.